Oh, that's not what I expected. How many times has this happened? I swear I did turn this on. Come on. Oh, whoops. And we've got it in tungsten mode. Hold on here. Let me just fix that real quick. Sorry, peeps. Okay. How's this one? Okay, that looks a little bit better. Not quite there, but let's zoom in a little. There we are. Is that it? Almost? All right, well, light's a little off, but I'll fix that later. Hello, and welcome back. I'm AJ O'Neill, and I am live coding at work. There was a little bit of work I didn't finish up today, and I want to get it finished up today. So we're going to do that, and it is about MySQL. First of all, I got to figure out there's a problem. The database migrations aren't running, and I think I'll show you the error here just in a second. Let's do error.txt. I'll bring this up, and then I'll do a couple of the other doobly-doo things. Okay, let's do like this. All right. So this is the error that I'm getting. Something about a view not having bad syntax. It says you have a error in your syntax. Check the manual corresponding to your MySQL version. Anyway, a couple of things before I dig into that. First of all, I now have a Beyond Code hoodie set to match the Beyond Code t-shirt. So now when I'm cold, boom. So, and I also have more Beyond Code t-shirts. So this one, it doesn't smell. So that's a cool thing. So that's one. Two, let's have a word from our sponsor, but not really our sponsor, Mr. Mountain Dew, because it is time to open focus. And number three, I finally put the M1 Max through its paces. It sang tonight at the Rust meetup. It did very well in terms of not being overloaded by me encoding through OBS with the screen capture and the camera, and also exporting out to Jitsi, having lots of video streams all going at once. It did excellent. So M1 Max passes. So I'm excited about that. And then, yeah, I think we can go ahead and get started. So hello to those of you joining in. Nice to have you here. If you care to tell me who you are, that's wonderful. Like I said, I'm AJ. So we can get to know each other. Now, as to what to do about this. First of all, let me make that smaller again. This is an issue that is kind of related, but not necessarily related. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I just want to check, because this does seem like the kind of thing where if we were comparing, say, MariaDB to MySQL directly, this is the type of thing where maybe the two could be incompatible. So I just want to check that we actually have similar-ish versions between the standard dev and the new dev that I just created. So I'm going to go into dev here, and I'm going to run the same command and see MySQL version. And we're looking at 10.3 versus 10.4. I don't know if that would make a difference, but this would be really odd because these are both, let's see, what is it? LSB release dash CS, is that what it is? Bionic. If we did LSB dash CS here, oh, whoops, release, sorry, release. Okay. So we are running different versions of, but see, Focal comes after Bionic, right? So if I do cat etc issue, this is Ubuntu 20.04, and that's the latest LTS, whereas this is Ubuntu 18.04. So this is the older version of Ubuntu. It has a newer version of MariaDB. That seems kind of unexpected. But let me do, let's see. I'm going to do apt-get search, and let's look for MariaDB. Apt search, maybe? Apt search. Let's just take a look and see what we see. MariaDB. Interesting. So I guess I need to double check that we have. That's so weird. Why would we have, because maybe this is the case. Maybe it's a point version difference. I'm going to have to go look this up in the documentation, because it could actually be a point version difference. But I would imagine something like Union would be supported for a long time. But let's just go with the facts here. All right, apt search MariaDB. So MySQL common, unknown. What did we have over here for MySQL common? Did we have MySQL common? Let me check and see. MySQL common. We don't have a. That's weird. DB config common, OmniDB common. All right, so there's definitely some differences. Primarily, what I want to know, I want to make sure that. You know what it could be? Here's what it could be. This is something that's quite realistic. It could be that MariaDB has been mainlined into the newer Ubuntu. And this is one of the reasons why I hate using system packages for Linux. And I avoid them whenever I can. And it's one of the reasons that I use webinstall.dev, is because I want to get the actual real version from the actual maintainer, not some mainlined version that's got custom patches and custom configuration, yada, 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 right? So it could be that there actually isn't a, well, let's go a little deeper here. Let's take what's failing, and we're going to try it on both of these systems, because if it succeeds on one and fails on the other, then I think that the MariaDB version could be a candidate. So let me take this here. I'm going to do MySQL-u root. No, I think it's my user is what I called it. And then my pass. Oh, it's my password. There we go. Okay. And then we want to use my database, all good creative names. And then I'm just going to paste this in and see what happens. All right. It says you have an error in your syntax. Now let's go do the same thing over here. MySQL-u, I think it's username over here. Oops. And I think the password might be password over here. Interesting. Okay, so let's do use, I think I called it database name on this one. Oh. Okay. So that means, that, okay, so this is what MariaDB 10.4. This means it actually is a syntax difference between the versions of MariaDB 10.3 to 10.4. By the way, in case I didn't say this enough already, I don't recommend MySQL. Sometimes you're stuck with it because it's what's there. But don't use MySQL. Postgres, 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 Postgres. I don't know of any reason that you would ever want to choose MySQL or MariaDB over Postgres. And you'll notice that anybody who does DevOps or cloud systems or any of that stuff, they all use MySQL. They all use Postgres. Sorry, excuse me. They all use Postgres. I don't know why all these noob tutorials recommend MariaDB and MySQL. I have no clue. It doesn't make any sense to me because everybody who knows anything about databases is using Postgres. So I don't know. It's not more user friendly. It's not easier to use. In fact, it's more difficult to use. Well, there are a couple things that it has that are nicer, like the show tables command and show describe database command. Those are nice. But other than that, that's the one thing that I can think of. The error messages are terrible and blah, 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 blah. All right. 10.5. So I did this, though. I did this. I'm going to go double check. Repo 10.5. So let's go check. I need to go back to where I'm presently editing here. This is where I started creating my deploy scripts today. I refactored the deploy scripts. That was the earlier session. So I see we got some more people joining in. Hello, welcome. I'm AJ. Who the heck are you? And I mean that in the most straightforward way. But it's nice to know who people are on the channel. So what is different about this? What am I doing wrong? I don't think there's any need to put in here all these things. Repo 10.4. Interesting. Interesting. So here's what we need then. If what is the name of it? I wonder what would happen if we upgraded. Shouldn't break anything, right? Let's Google this real quick. MariaDB 10.5 breaking changes. I don't think anything should break in a point release like that. Let's see, release notes. Do we have any breaking changes? Do not use alpha release in production, notable changes. 2019 10.5 is stable. General availability. Okay. Notable changes. Syntax. Insert returning. Accept all. Intersect. Create database. Alter database. It adds more JSON stuff. Interesting. Well, that's kind of cool, I guess. Adds direct S3. Okay, but I just want to know, is anything... So it's okay if we add new syntax. I'm cool with that. But what I want to know is that we didn't break syntax. Please add returning option to insert. Yes. Oh, this is not in the SQL 2003. Oh, it's not in the 20-year-old standard. Huh. So it looks like this is an add. It doesn't look like this is a break. Replace returning, accept all, intersect all, create database, alter database. Database comments are allowed in statements. Default partitions for system versioning. So document, goal of the task is to support syntax level, execution level. All right. And then All right, from this, I feel comfortable. This is just adding things. It doesn't look like it's breaking anything, which is what I would expect for a minor release. But you got to keep in mind that things like MySQL and MariaDB have been around since well before there was standards for things like Simver, and so they don't necessarily follow standards like Simver. So they sometimes do have breaking changes. If something, particularly with old software, you can't rely on the versions meaning anything other than the author's fancy. They felt in their heart that this was a point release, or they felt in their heart that this was a patch, which is kind of what Simver is. It's, how do you, well, it's defined pretty well. It's there's room for interpretation, but it's defined pretty well. Okay, so, what it's telling me is that, I get it. It's telling me that these are the release notes for the 0, and I need to be looking at the new release notes. All right, let's see changelog. Can we see a changelog? Is there anything about breaking? Break? No? I wonder if is there a compatibility guarantee? I don't know. I think that I think it's good enough for me to say that we are probably safe everywhere that we are to update. Well, I guess, hey, it probably wouldn't hurt to maintain 10.4 as well, maybe. But let me go ahead and add these. Set no number. But now I see why that was. The newer version of Ubuntu has a mainline version of MariaDB that is older than MariaDB's version. But again, I think this whole thing about having apt and what is this complaining about? IPv6 errors? Okay, let me go look at this documentation here. Oh, this looks wrong. Oh, have we been using a weird mirror the whole time? We maybe have. Ooh, let me go check that out. I wasn't even checking on this. No, this looks right. Okay, Ubuntu. I don't know. It looks right? Okay, let's try this one instead. But yeah, I wish we could just get the direct version without the apt stuff. So Liquid Telecom must not be mirroring everything the way that we would want it to. So now I have to go look at, what is it? Etsy apt sources.list.d maybe? I don't know exactly what I should be looking for. Maybe sources.list. Let's take a look in here. I think it should be in the .d folder. But let's see what we got here for Maria. All right, so Maria is in here. So let's get rid of the Liquid Telecom version. Oh, it's a read-only file. Let's get out of there. Okay, sudo. All right, we'll get rid of the Liquid Telecom mirror. So we do not want this one for version 5. We only want that one for version 5. Wait. Liquid Telecom. Oh. There we go. That's what we want. All right. So newer Ubuntu has an older version of MariaDB because the way the sources the app sources work. But anyway, I didn't quite finish this thought, but I really don't like, I think Apple got it right, Linux got it wrong. And I love Linux, but Linux got it dead wrong. Linux had the first app store. Linux had an app store, 10 years before Apple had an app store? And no one understood the value of it, and nobody used it. Interesting. Okay, so that one's not available either. So maybe my whole problem here is trying to use Liquid Telecom. Let's see if I just change this out entirely for this one here. I wonder... what's going on there? All right, let's try this one more time. Do sudo apt update-y. Yorun! Can you use... Oh, interesting. Thanks. I appreciate that. So it gave me a link for where to find the good repo. So I'm going to make sure this makes it into our documentation. But I keep on not finishing this thought. We should just do away with the app stuff. People should publish their binaries. They should publish them as static binaries. And that way security is better, ease of use is better, updates are better, compatibility is better, everything's better. Interesting. Okay. So, oh wow, are we all the way on 10.6? Is that where we're up to now? So how do I search this thing? Ubuntu. All right, 20.04. So this right here, I don't know. I don't know how to interpret this. Because this appears to be the official Ubuntu, which has the old version, which I don't want. I want 10.4 or 10.5. I definitely don't want 10.3. So I don't know how to make sense of this. How do I make sense of this? I don't see a way to filter on here. All right, I'm going to go back and take a look. What did this do? All right. I don't think that we actually need PPC64EL. I don't know if this is complaining or just warning. So I think it's just warning. All right, let's take a look and see if what happens if we do an add on this. It should do nothing because it should already be added, right? Okay, looks all right. So what if we do, let me go back to our script. Next thing our script does after doing the update, which I already did, is try to install MariaDB. What will this do for us? Looks like it's working. Yeah, so one server is Ubuntu 20.04 because that's LTS right now when I just set it up. And the other server was set up a year or two ago, a year and a half ago. And so it's using 18.04 because that was LTS at the time. For those of you that are not in the know, LTS means long-term support. And that's how we like to have our versions of our things. And I'm going to see about, on the dev instance, the old dev, the current dev. Oh, that's what this one is. This is the current dev. Okay. So can we do apt-add repository here? I think we can. Interesting. Okay. So Liquid Telecom is just not good anymore, which is fair. How do we round robin? How do we get the MariaDB? Maybe I'll just look for a list of MariaDB mirrors. Mirror sites for MariaDB. Maria package repository. Max scale. Supported distributions. So it looks like this is the way to go nowadays. I'm going to see about this. What if I just run that? Oh, good. Yeah, this is doing it the right way anyway. No, this is great. This is the instructions people should be following. So this is the official MariaDB. It'll set up the mirrors or whatever as needed, it seems. Oh, even better. Take a look at that. Ha ha ha. Beautiful. 10 points to Gryffindor. Okay. That's why I think rolling release is better. But I don't know exactly what you mean by rolling release. I'm assuming that's what Arch is, where individual items can get updated. But I don't want to upgrade. I don't care about the system. That's the thing. The system is so unimportant. What version of Linux you're on really doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the Linux kernel. And Docker is pretty good proof of this, because Docker can provide you the kernel layer that you need, and you can have 0 files on your file system and run a Go server in Linux. That is no files on the file system. So you don't need a Linux distribution. You just need a way. I don't know. The only purpose that a Linux distribution really serves at this point is to be able to download static binaries for the things that you need. I hate using apt, but the problem, and I should maybe reinvestigate this, because I actually had made a Webby installer for MariaDB. The problem is that it was so bad at installing, or the download speed was so slow that it would have taken 20 minutes. Yeah. Okay. So I need to get rid of this stuff somehow. It looks like we need to get rid of this old... Oh, dang it. Stupid PPAs. Why are the PPAs disappearing? That's not fair. That's unfair. Oh. That's not cool. Is no longer signed. The repository is no longer signed. Well, this is kind of weird. You definitely need signatures. So here's the thing. If you're using HTTP, you definitely need signatures. And there is a reason to use HTTP. I don't know if I agree with it 100%, but when you're at large scale and you're offering something that's free, you kind of got a point on this. The connection times for TLS are very slow. So whereas you can handle 10,000 connections per second with HTTP, you might only be able to handle 200 connections per second with TLS, because of the TLS handshake. And that kind of makes sense because it's basically 4 round trips, if I remember correctly. The latest TLS isn't that bad. Well, no, I think it is. I'm trying to remember. Because Google tried to solve this problem, but they couldn't, because as they started deploying it, proxy servers and and certain gateways started failing. Because basically there's the way the TLS works, you can, when you send your hello, you know what the response is going to be because the response is guaranteed. It's part of the hello packet is part of the protocol and the response packet is part of the protocol. So what Google did is said, well, we're just going to send the hello packet and the follow-up to the response at the same time because we know we're just going to assume that it after the hello, after the client hello, the server hello is going to be successful. So we're just going to assume that, and we're just going to send the data together. But there was some weird bug that popped up, and it was enough of the internet that had the bug that they didn't do that. And then there was a new version of TLS and yada, yada, yada. Anyway, the thing is, TLS handshakes are slow, and the acceleration that you need for doing some of these operations is expensive when you're talking about large scale and free downloads and stuff. Anyway, so in that case, it is cheaper to have things sent via HTTP and then check the signatures. Of course, where are you getting the signatures from? Because you'd have to transmit the signatures over HTTPS. Otherwise, you're vulnerable to attack, right? Anyway, what do I need to do on this? I need to go into Etsy, apt, and then sources.list, I guess, is where I need to go. And then I need to get out the liquid telecom bits. And I guess I need to get rid of the LibreOffice. Which one was it? PPA? Bionic is what we need to get rid of? Oh, no, I don't want to do dictation. I don't know why it asked me about that. Okay. Shall we try again? Sudo apt update -y. All right, what's forbidden this time? We're still looking at problems with LibreOffice. Let's kill it. Which means I need to go double check on what the deal is with LibreOffice, because apparently we need 6.3. Okay, well that's weird. 10.6. Oh, right, because what I need to do, where did I put this? What I need to do is I need to make sure. Oh crap, where's it at? Right here. Okay, I need to make sure that I have the version set to 10.5. So let me do that. And I'm going to go ahead and update my script for this. So I like to write scripts as I go while I'm doing things, because you'll hear me say this again. Hey, yo, what's up, Sassy? You'll hear me saying this again and again. If you cannot replicate your success, you have not succeeded. So if you figure out how to do something on one server, you've done something almost worthless. Thankfully, there is a bash history, so you should be able to comb back through your bash history and hopefully reconstruct things. A lot of times you try two things and you don't know which of them it was that worked, but your bash history will help you. But if you have not documented what you did to be successful, then you weren't successful. You have no proof of success. Okay, and I think what we want here is Maria 10. I think we can go to 10.5 or 10.6. We'll find out in a second. So that's, yeah, we don't actually want this bit here. We want, we don't need any of this. We don't need any of this anymore. See, the old way. I just want to leave that there for documentation. The new way. All right. Okay, so we'll see what happens. Actually, let's just go all the way to 10.6. If it's available, let's do it. All right, I'm going to try that out here, and I'm going to try that out over here. We'll see. I probably will need to update my Etsy apt sources. And just get rid of these things entirely. And then do we have the .d? And it looks as though the LibreOffice is working out here all right. So that's good. Okay, so cool beans. Oh no. Please manually create symlinks. Okay. Let's see, is there anything else that looks bad? I wish these were colorized. I don't know why. So here we've got a warning that's colorized. So my question is, is there anything else? So I'm gonna keep this. So I'm just gonna call this y.sh for the moment. Very creatively named. But I want to figure out what it's trying to do here. I think what it's trying to do is update something that I've actually edited with something else. Now, I don't think there's any secrets in this config file, but I'm going to open it up on another screen just in case because I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure there's no. Well, I think it's just paths to certificates and stuff, but we'll see. Okay. Yeah, so there is important stuff in here. It's just paths to certificate files. I can bring it back over now. Let me pull that out. Whoops. Like so. There we are. Okay, so you can see this right here is the little bit of custom stuff that I did, I think. So let me just... Let me compare. I've got too many windows. I need to start closing them down. But if we look at this y.sh, what I want to do is compare... Well, that's weird. Where is this MariaDB.cnf? It actually didn't show me where that is. Am I to assume that it's in Etsy? Okay. So, oh, that makes sense. Because that's the target and that's the file that's being created. Okay. So let's do a diff between these two. Oh, that's quite the diff. Let's do -y and suppress common lines. I need to start using delta. I'm not very familiar with it. This is too many things. This is way too different. Way too many options have changed. Yeah, I'm just going to keep things the way they are and assume that it's going to work. All right. Well, that's that. I need some more Mountain Dew. Pounding focus. I'm kind of tired. Oh, that feels better actually. Already. Just blinking my eyes like that. Warning. The unit file, source configuration, drop-in, blah, 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 changed on disk. Run this to reload it. Sure. Sudo reload. Oops, I don't know why I did that. There we are. And then sudo systemctl restart MariaDB. And then I'm guessing the same thing over on the other one. All right, now let's take a look at the logs. Actually, I'm just going to see if I can log in. I'm going to try to log in the other window here. Dev. If I can even remember what my dev login is. Okay, cool. Hey, Testy McTestface 58 LLC. It's still up and running. Good. All right, so that didn't kill it. And we are on Maria 10.6.5. Okay. All right. Well, I think that solves one more problem. Whoops. Let's get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of some of these windows because there's too many of them. I don't need that one anymore. Actually, maybe I do need that one. We'll go back to that one. Okay. And I'll do the manual deploy in a bit. What was this one? Dev. Let's just close out of that because I already got that open here. And I guess I don't need... Oh. I don't need that one open because I already got one open over there. And let's see. This could be cool to have open, I guess. So somebody once suggested that I get some music for the channel. I think 2 people have suggested that. I don't really know how that would work because I don't like most music. I think that's probably true for most people because out of all the music that's ever been created in all of history, I don't like most modern free YouTube music. That's what I mean to say. Well, there was no non-modern free YouTube music. All YouTube music that's free is modern, except maybe stuff that's so old. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's see what we got here. My script to install MariaDB just got better. I also want to double check about just under the system stuff. Let's see if this works. I think I need to put that in a script, otherwise... Okay. That did run. And this appears to run. So please choose from the available PPAs. 6.4 appears to be the latest. So I'll have to update the script for that we need to be using 6.4. I definitely don't want to make the jump to 7. So that sounds to be the least dangerous, is 6.4. So let me go ahead and update my system script here to use 6.4. And let's update. Purple is my favorite color. All right, that's good. So we want to do the update, and then we want to do the install. Well, this is good to find out that we've got some things that no longer have supported versions. I'll probably want to get our staging environment updated to the latest. Of course, that's what naturally should come next, I think. Oh, bother. Look at all those updates. D-Lard, what's up? What are your thoughts on password managers like LastPass, OnePass, etc.? Would you recommend using them? It depends. So I think that, first of all, you should be using Brave. Brave is the right browser to use. Brave is a de-Googled Chrome, but it's not quite Chromium. Chromium is mostly de-Googled. I don't think it's 100% de-Googled. It's mostly de-Googled, but it also is de-licensed as well. So it can't play MP3s and some other stuff that it can't do, because the way that some of these media format licensings work is that you have to pay royalties on products that you distribute to a consumer. So Google has to count how many downloads of Chrome there are, and then has to pay royalties, something in the realm of 10 cents per browser download, which, if you think about it, is nothing to them, because they are making money off of you with ads, and they're integrating all of that ad collection deeply into the browser. So the 10 cents, when you think about it at the scale of billions, seems like that'd be a lot of money, but they probably have a license deal to get it for less than that. I don't know exactly how it works out, but anything that is an MP3 player or an M4A player and uses this is the weird thing. So the codecs are open source, but they're not patent free. And there's a difference between open source and patent free. So you can open source something and still require a patent. And there's been lots of shady open source products that are designed to troll people, to get them to use something. Oracle and I don't know if it was Sun Microsystems directly or if it was only through Oracle, but Oracle has done this a number of times, where they proclaim that something's open source, people go use it, and then Oracle sues them for using it because you have the license to the code, but you don't have the license to the executable that you build with the source code. Weird thing. Anyway, but Brave has all of the stuff that you want so that you can have a normal browser experience baked in. And plus it has things like password sync. And the password sync is done with the BIP39 passphrase spec. And then, so that's pretty good. And it also requires a click for you to put in the password, which means that you can't be click jacked. So that's good. LastPass is most popular, but it's also most hated. Bitwarden is the one that I'm looking into. We need a password manager at work because we need to be able to share. And we've been using LastPass, but the problem is these companies, they get you by the balls, right? Because you need to have a password manager pretty much for compliance. So if you need to pass any sort of vetting process, you need to have password managers in use and use them to secure passwords. But because these companies know that as a business you have to do this, they charge insane amounts of money. And Bitwarden is not only the cheapest for business, but it's also the one that you can self-host. It is open source presently. And I saw an article comparing Bitwarden to LastPass or OnePass or one of the other ones, and it claimed that the other one was better for business. But when you actually went to read the comparison, the reason that it claimed it was better was the difference of one click in an option menu or something silly like that. Okay, Brave is your default, great. And in my company, we use Thycotic. It sounds like psychotic with a lisp. Thycotic. I'll have to check this out. Privileged access management. PAM. Not so that's kind of weird. So they're reappropriating PAM. PAM stands for Pluggable Authentication Module. It does not stand for Privileged Access Management. But I bet they steal some SEO that way. I'll have to take a look at this. Thanks for the link. Or I guess not the link, but the name. Oh, by the way, if anybody wants to be able to send links, just in Discord, send me a link to your YouTube channel, and I'll add you as an approved user, and then you can send links and stuff. When we get to be big enough that we have some sort of moderator, then I can turn on links, and then people can, whoever the mods are, can just delete the bot crap. But I don't want to have to moderate the bot crap, and the bot crap is pretty strong. Okay. So back to this. I guess we will find out. I guess we'll find out how this works. And I guess I should try this on the other system, because my guess is the other system, again, could be more up to date or could be less up to date. But let me do, we're going to do etc apt sources list.d and then LibreOffice focal. And then let's try this. Okay, I think that's doing it right. Cool. So that looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and run the updates on this one as well. I should probably learn Twitch better, but I really don't know what the options are for Twitch in terms of the allowing links to be sent and whatnot. All right, thanks. I'll take a look at Thiotic secret server. Let's see, products secret. So they got their products here. Products secret server. Let's check it out. Take a look at pricing here. Do you know what it cost? Is it a per user cost or per year? See, what I want, what I think would be fair, is if you pay per CPU. I think that's fair. And when you get to a point where you need more CPUs, because if you're already paying for hardware, you shouldn't have to pay per user. If you need more users, you buy more hardware, Yeah. Do you know what the cost is per user? And if you wouldn't mind, if you do know, would you look that up on Google to see what it's, okay, see what it is in USD? Let me know on another stream. I would be interested to know what the cost is. I'll check them out. Yeah, so I've got a Raspberry Pi set up that we're gonna put Bitwarden on, and then if that goes well, we're gonna put it somewhere else, I guess. All right, unable to correct problems. You have held broken packages. Following packages have unmet dependencies. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. Maybe I can uninstall. Let's say I'm gonna purge LibreOffice. Just get rid of the old one. And then let's do auto remove. I should probably put that in this as well. Sudo apt auto remove. Wow, I can't believe 1.5 gigabytes. And we're using just for some sort of conversion for XLS or docx or something like that. This kind of crap is the reason that Docker exists. And again, it's all because of apt and shared libraries. And, if you were to statically compile this, it would be quite the nightmare. But think about it this way. This is what's crazy. And I may be oversimplifying a little bit, but I don't think that I am. Google Docs runs in a web browser. What is it? 10 megabytes of JavaScript? Okay? Versus LibreOffice that is 1.5 gigabytes. Somebody needs to create an office suite in Electron. I don't know. All right. Okay, is this going to work? No. So we need LibreOffice to do a conversion between file formats. I don't remember exactly what it is. I'm going to grab through the code here real quick and see if I can find it. Yeah, so we could probably, I don't know why we're using this. This is probably because it worked. My guess is that we might be able to use another tool, but I'm pretty sure it's to convert a docx file to PDF. I think that LibreOffice happens to be the best tool for doing that. Convert. But here's another thing, is I think that we should run this as a separate service. I think that we should have an endpoint that we hit and we upload the document, and then we have a Linux box that the only thing it does is run only Office. I think that that is an appropriate use of a microservice, especially considering how much weight that it brings into our application. 1.5 GB. And as we're seeing right now, the complexity of how do you manage this? So this is one of the benefits of microservices. I generally think you shouldn't have things that are complex. But when you're working with legacy systems and things that have to work with desktop software, yeah, so this right here, this docx to doc, convert your docx to doc for free online. This kind of cloud convert. I think that they're just running microservices that have various utilities, bless me, that run on these boxes, maybe Docker containers or something, where all it does is it contains LibreOffice, or it contains FFmpeg, or it contains whatever. I'm going to try convert docx to PDF Linux. All right, software recommendation. Let's see what people are saying. I'm going to go ahead and copy this link, and I'm going to bring this up to the team later as a possible move forward for the future. But yeah, I think one thing, so to do, make this a microservice, and then to do investigate Uno doc, I think is what it is. See here. But it may be, or Uno conv, it may be for our use case that Uno conv doesn't work as well. But definitely, whichever way we do it, I think microservicing it is going to be to our advantage. Yeah, I am using Brave Search, and I find that it works really well. So I think that they bought a company that's specializing in being a competitor in the search market. And so my problem with alternatives to Google has been, up to this point, that as a techie, Google seems to do a better job of finding good technical results. And I find that Brave gives me really good results. Since I switched, so I was using DuckDuckGo for a while, but I'd use Google pretty often. Since I've switched to Brave, I rarely use Google. There's a few specific types of searches that I still need to go to Google for, but for the most part, I can stay in Brave, and it works for me. So I've been pretty happy with it. I think in some cases it may even be giving better results. And also another thing that I hadn't thought about, I'll have to see. I don't think I'm getting as many auto-generated sites while I'm searching in Brave, but I could be wrong. You know, those sites that are written by bots that are just SEO magnets. I'm going to close out all of these in just a second. That's hilarious. The status of MariaDB mirrors fails to load. That's okay. I don't need that anymore anyway. I found a better solution. Oh, and I need to make sure, whoops, let me undo close tab here. I need to make sure that I put this knowledge base article in a comment in my scripts, because again, just document things all the time. Whenever you're coming across a solution, make sure that you documented where you found it, because there's going to be additional context there. It might be updated over the years. Stack Overflow posts often have additional answers, et cetera, et cetera. You know, so don't forget to document the stuff that works. Okay, I don't think I need that anymore. I don't need this anymore. I don't need this anymore. Might still need that. All right, I don't think that we're actually going to get to the point where I'm able to do the seeding of the data. I think we're just going to get to the point where I commit this and I feel good about talking to the team about it tomorrow. So some good stuff here. All right, fix up, correct versions. All right. Let me see. So the quickest way to do this, so you can do what get rebase does with reset and cherry pick. You can do the same thing. Get rebase is essentially sugar over top of get reset and get cherry pick. So I'm just going to do a get reset here, and then I'm going to add scripts and get deploy. And what does this have to do with anything? Oh yeah, I don't think I actually meant to commit that, because that's not actually helpful to the problem that I was trying to solve. So I'm kind of glad that I undid that just now. So now that I squashed all those 10, I'm just going to do a get rebase. Well, first let me force push. And then I'm going to get rebase -I, because I think that there have been occasions where I don't know what's going on, but the rebase gets really weird. And I think that head gets out of order or something. I don't know. Okay, but let's look at the last 10 here. Yeah, see, look at this. So I asked for the last 10, but look at what it's doing instead. It's doing all sorts of weird stuff, right? So I'm going to quit that and get rebase. Let's get rebase master. Get checkout master. Get pull. Okay, get checkout. AJ. Get rebase master. All right, get reset. Head -2. No, I didn't want to reset. Dang it. No, dang it. Get pull. Let's do this. We're going to get pull rebase. Ah, dang it. I'm going to do get checkout, get pull, because I just pushed. No. I want to get pull rebase. Get pull rebase. I thought that I had that. Ah. Get merge abort. Okay, get pull rebase. There we go. Get rebase master. Okay, and then get rebase dash I head tilde, let's say 2 or 3. That doesn't make sense. Now it's doing it wrong. Why is it doing that? 2? Okay, cool. So I'm going to reword this one. I'm going to fix up that one. All right. And I'm going to say this is a feature. This is, I don't know. I think that's about right. I don't know what else to call it. All right, get push. F you, Origin AJ. F you. That joke probably gets old. Oh well. All right. I think we're going to wait a minute, and then we'll check out the manual deploy. Okay. And this weekend, I hope to finally finish up the payment stuff. I was going to finish that up last weekend, but I got sick with food poisoning, which is why I didn't stream for the first couple days, because I was just getting caught up on stuff. But I had some bad sushi, I think. No one else got sick, though. Everybody else ate the same thing as me. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I opened a bathroom door with my bare hands and somebody had some germs on there or something. I don't know. I have 2 kids. One of them's a 2-year-old, so she's kind of gross, you know. You never know what she's going to do. And where she's going to stick her fingers. Do I have any new projects on the horizon? Let's see. Yeah, there's one that's still related to payments. The payment series is going to go on for a long time. It's going to go on, you know, probably for the next 6 months. But so in payments is going to get integrated in Telebit.io. But in the payment series, I've got Ryan from the Dash community. He would like me to live stream integrating Dash payments, cryptocurrency payments, specifically Dash. And so I haven't looked up anything about it, but he's agreed to hire me for user research for the Dash community. So I'm fairly well versed in how to code and do stuff. And so he wants to watch me figure out, and then he'll interject if I get off on the wrong path or I do things in a way that isn't beneficial to the community, because the deal is I get to do what I get to do it the way that I do it. So if I decide, well, these tools that are available on the Dash site don't seem as easy as these tools that are available somewhere else to do the same thing. And if he wants me to go in a different direction, then he'll tell me after the session. But during the session, I'm kind of free to take my own approach and, you know, go through my trial and error. Same way that I did with the PayPal stuff. Okay, I think this has probably been long enough for it to be running. I'm going to go check. Yeah. So aside from the payment stuff, we've got Telebit. I built the Go version of Telebit. but I have not deployed it. So deploying the Go version of Telebit is something that I don't know if realistically, it's November 12th already. I don't know if I'm realistically going to be able to do that by the end of the year, but that's something that is, if I can't get it done by the end of the year because of Thanksgiving and then Christmas and just, the various things that go on between the end of November and the beginning of January, then that'll be something that's high priority. First quarter of next year, we'll be getting the Go version of Telebit live. There are a couple of small projects that I want to take on. There's also some mini series that I'd like to do, but it's just a matter of time, time and money. So, gotta have my day job. Let's see. Sweet. So here's a nice little error message. Let me bring this over for your viewing pleasure. So that lets us know that things are up. So our API, the way that you hear me say this all the time, but the way that I like to design security is gatekeepers at the gate, doorkeepers at the door. So I use the routing as part of the authentication scheme. So I know that nobody can get past /user unless they're a user. And I know nobody can get past /account unless they have an account. And then there's public. Yeah. And then let me see, do I have this up? Oops. Cool. There we go. Oh, interesting. Oh, not really that interesting. Just something I forgot about. I got to change internally. This still thinks that its URL is this one, which makes sense. So I got to add that to my script to change it. I have to think about where that should go. Let me take a look at that real quick before I do. No, I'm going to have to do that manual deploy again. So I think I'm going to try to undo everything. Let me go back to my undo script here. So I'm going to bring that back over. Undo. Huh? Okay. Oh, and I need to add a couple more things to my undo, don't I? Again, the undo is not a failsafe. It's just a reasonable approximation. The only way to really test this would be either in Docker or some other, either something like Docker or spinning up a new VPS. But for the purposes of what I'm doing, this is mostly good. All right, so I'll add that in there as well. But I'm just going to go ahead and run this again. Manual deploy. So I need to get that fixed. And the other thing that I need to get fixed, whoops, not here. Here is, was it under system? No. Let me check in .git deploy. Oh, but I was going to say, I do have, there's one small project, a teeny tiny project that I want to get underway. It's a great project for someone that's a new developer, and I've kind of been waiting around hoping somebody that's been asking, oh, what's a good project I should do to actually take it on? But just a random string generator that can generate strings in a couple of different formats. And I've got a description of it, but nobody's taken me up on it, and I want it. And there's multiple times when I want to use it. There's another project that's a little bit more involved. I want to extend Pathman to envman. So I want Pathman to remain for specifically managing paths. But the other thing that I want, really, I guess it's not that I want envman as much as I want aliasman. That's what I want. So I think I'm going to create a tool called aliasman that you tell it an alias and it adds it to your aliases, which should be easy because it's the same for fish, ZSH, and bash. So just like I have an envman load, I would have an aliasman load. And that one, because a lot of one-offs that I have, I could put them on Webby if I had something like that. Like, for example, my Diffie. I keep on saying like is going to be a habit I might not ever break because I've been doing really good about it, but it's impossible to avoid that word. Anyway, Diffie is just an alias of diff-y -- suppress common lines. Now, I should probably learn how to use delta. In fact, maybe I'll look that up right now while that other thing's working. I think it's called delta. Oh, that's not going to be an appropriate search. Let's see. This is probably not what I want. I think is it not called delta? Oh, this is just for Git though. Okay. So delta is just a better Git diff. So it's kind of neat. Yeah, I definitely want to get delta up here. Hold on. And then web install. I need to get more Webby installers up. There's a few new ones that I really want. And delta. And delta. Okay. So, but the thing that they're not really clear about is how do I configure it? Because that should be, oh, right here. There it is. That's it. Boom. That's exactly, okay, cool. So let me go ahead and do this then. I'm going to, what do we say, Mac OS? All right, we're going to run that. And then I'm just going to plop this into my bin folder, I suppose. And then we're going to update this right here. So because the git diff can contain secrets, I'm not going to show that. I mean the git config, sorry, git config. I'm going to open that in the other one here. All right. Pager. Oh, so it's just a pager. Interesting. All right, let me download this for Linux as well. This is one that I want to start including in all my systems. I think that's what I'm going to believe. And then, as all good Rust binaries do, it includes the static build for Linux. All right, we're going to copy the link address. Let's just put this on a couple of places. We'll put it here to start. There we go. And then I'm going to go into temp, and I'm going to create a directory called Delta, and I'm going to go into that. And I'm going to untar, and then we're going to move Delta into bin Delta. I might complain because that doesn't exist. And then I'm going to do pathman add bin. I don't know why that thing's still coming up every time. I want to get rid of that. All right, and again, I can't show the git config because that might have secrets in it, but I'm just going to copy and paste from over here. There we are. Yeah. Okay. Bring that back over. So now let's see what the git diff looks like. Oh. Do I have to... I'm confused. What happened? Is there is a bin directory. What happened? What did I do wrong here? Oh, I didn't put anything in the bin directory. Okay. Cool. All right. That's a little hardcore. I'm not sure if I'm 100% on board. It's a little harsh. But I do like that it doesn't put all that plus minus crap, actually, because that makes it a lot easier to copy and paste. So already this is an improvement. This is good. Okay. So I need to put, yeah, I definitely, for work even, I want Delta because that's gonna make our, yeah, that's gonna make everything a lot better. Cool. Yeah, the color, the it's a little harsh on the eyes. That's what I mean. That's right. Okay, so what was the other thing that I needed to do? Anybody remember? I was looking in this. Oh, crap. I don't remember what it was. I was over on the other system and I said, "Oh, that's something that I'm going to need to fix." But I don't remember what it was. It was replacing okay. I was doing this right here. So I need to do this same thing but with API domain. Okay, copy self. Copy self needs to have the API domain as well. And this needs to be duplicated because this needs to be my domain. And so we need to put I guess it needs to go, I don't know where it is. Yeah. That needs to go there. And this needs to go here. Yeah, because semantically these are two different things. Okay, so I need to go back to copy self. And then here, oh, I guess I could do this in this place right here. Yeah, this would be fine. So I could actually application, I think it's application URL. And we're going to replace it with application URL. I guess I could put double quotes around this. Is equal to, and then we're going to put my domain, and my domain is going to be number 3, I guess. Third argument. Yeah, that should be perfect. Oh no. Oh yeah. All right. So that can go into my domain. And actually this is it's only gonna be if my domain is a thing. So we can allow my domain to be empty. That's what :- means, that if it's not defined, replace it with an empty string. And so then we can just do this and say if not empty my domain, then fee. There we go. Whoa, what happened? All right, that looks right. Let me do a git diff on this. All right. Yeah, I would like, I wonder how we choose a color theme, because I think it's meant for maybe a default. Anyway. Let me just go take a look at Delta real quick and see. They probably have themes. Okay, we have Yeah, Dracula theme, GitHub theme. There we go. This is a good command. So I'm gonna, whoops. Put things for the cheat sheet. And then I got to figure out how to set the theme. Let's take a look here. What? Oh, it's showing us the different themes. They seem to be all exactly the same. I'm not clear that anything is different between these. Oh, I guess it is slightly different. Cold, dark, dark. Cold, dark, cold. I think it's the... It's the highlighting color that really irks me. So I don't know about that. But let's say I wanted to change it. How would I change it? Supported languages and themes. But how do I tell it what theme to use? Show themes. I get to show themes. How do I choose the syntax theme? And where's the config file? I mean, for all of these options, there must be a config file. Okay. Okay, where does the file go? Okay, in the git config. So we just put delta in the git config? Is that what I'm to understand? I think that's what I'm to understand. Delta. Okay, got it. Cool. We'll do this. So what did... Were any of these any better than any of the other ones? Let me try this again. Cold, dark, dark. Sure. Oh, whoops. There we are. And I'm going to add that in as well. We have to do that on the other screen real quick. We got any more questions? Okay, I don't know if I'd actually be able to notice at all if anything's actually different. I think there's a little more pink in here. So I'll take that as being different. I don't know, I kind of want a light theme, to be honest. Let me just take a look at this real quick. Yeah, the light theme looks better. I'm going to be honest, y'all. Okay, and then what do we have in here? Syntax theme. Okay. So let me go over here. Kind of got sidetracked on this, but whatever. Okay, I actually do prefer this. Check it out. It's not perfect, but that's a little more palatable to me. Okay, let's see if we can... maybe if I just change the colors a little bit. No. Okay. So I need to figure out what the colors are to make that green. Because that's the green I want. I don't want the super dark green. I want this green. See. Oh, this is what I want. How do I get that? I just want to know what the color is. Come on. In this repository. Let's try GitHub in this repository. README themes. Themes.getconfig. I think that's what I want. All right. GitHub. Are any of these themes light? Okay, minus style and plus style. Okay, I'm going to try these out. And this one's going to be too dark, isn't it? Yeah, I need to find a different one. Ah, syntax theme equals GitHub. Maybe this is right. Plus style. Minus style. That looks brighter? Maybe? Which of these is brighter? Minus style, plus style. This is definitely dark. This is definitely brighter. Okay, so I'm going to try minus style with this one. And then plus style. This one. Eh. I think I need to do a show themes light. Delta show syntax themes light. There we go. Syntax theme, GitHub. Yeah, any of these work. Let's go with syntax theme as GitHub. Or I don't know what the difference between these. The differences between these are so subtle, I can't tell. But it makes me think that there ought to be a delta mono. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated because the themes are obviously there. I just don't know where they are. That it's not this one. The themes are baked in somewhere. All right, I'm going to try this one more time. No, I literally want GitHub in quotes. All right, how about this? Can we do delta GitHub? If somebody can find that, let me know. That'd be awesome. It seems that it should be in here, but it isn't. And it's not... I'm going to try list themes rather than show themes. It's in here somewhere. Where is it? Yeah. Where is it? Ah, here we go. Built-in themes. Okay. Now where are the values? Come on. Okay, let's try this. Pound F, pound 0, pound 3. Whatever, I give up. I give up. I don't know where the theme is. I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I'm way off track here. It's almost 2 a.m. But I just want the theme to work, you know? Okay. So let's carry on. What do I have left to do? Git diff. That's not... Oh, it's just a little bit off, you know? Just a little bit off. And then I need to also update the front end bit so that the front end can deploy here as well. That'll be a lot simpler than the back end piece, because everything for the front end, all that's necessary, I'm pretty sure it's all npm modules. So I think it's going to be far fewer steps. But I'm not going to update that tonight. Oh, I see some. Wow, 2 a.m. What time do you usually start the workday? Well, it depends on the day. I don't have a schedule, and I have about a 30-hour cycle rather than a 24-hour cycle. So I'm a little bit different every day. This is one of my failings as a human, is I literally cannot keep a schedule to save my life. It is a miracle that I'm able to make it to work. Thankfully, I always work with small companies where they typically like the kind of people that work odd hours and are eccentric, you know. It can, due to the color theme and iTerm too. Yeah, I know. They're conflicting color themes, but I can't find the right thing. Anyway, your first stream I watched at 2 a.m. Right on. Yeah, definitely a night owl. Absolutely night owl. Okay, so I think that this should have deployed by now. And I'm just going to try something for kicks and giggles here. I'm just going to see if I can copy over. No, that's not going to work. Okay. So there is, I'd have to rebuild the repository. Well, let me just see if I can get it over. We'll see if it'll work at all. Okay. I'm going to say that dev should be able to log in to my server over here. So look in my authorized keys. Let's try this again. Nope. Cool. So that's being a little slow, but what do you do? Might be faster if I didn't use -v, because it's got to take time to print everything to the screen. Oh gosh, you kidding me? Wait. Oh, the number's constantly growing. So it's 80,000 files, mostly node modules. I think I could probably just skip node modules. Let me do that. So I want to say exclude equals node modules, because I'm not going to need to build it. I just need it to load. Hey, I wonder what the chances are that I can log into this. Probably right around 0, because I didn't actually seed any of the data. Test make test user. Test, make test company. I don't think this is going to work. I'll be very surprised if this works, because what I'm expecting is that because the database hasn't been seeded, that it's going to try to fire off, it's going to try to fire off some internal whatchamajigs, and they're just going to fail hard. Okay. Internal server error occurred. I'm just going to check out on this other screen before I go. I'm going to check out what the error actually is and if I can show it. Well, there's no data on this system, so error message shouldn't possibly have anything bad in it, anything private in it, but we'll see anyway. Okay. Yep. Indeed. This is our problem. So we have some enum tables where we have privileges such as admin, owner, user, guest, that sort of thing. And they're referenced all over the code as just numbers, which is kind of so it'll be user equals 1 or user equals 2 or user type equals 1, user type equals 2. That's something that I am pushing. Well, I haven't quite made the push for it yet, but that's something I want to make a push for. I think I've made known that style of writing code is not going to lead to good outcomes. But that's what's happening, is that in the code, it's just referencing, set user type to 1, but there is no user type 1 defined. So one thing I'm going to check, though, is that we should have under DB, we do have seeds, so I should be able to do npm run, and we've got, do we have a, okay. So I just need to go look at connects seed, because we should be able to run npx connects seed or something like this. npx connects seed. Is that going to do it? Huh. Well, that's too bad. Connect seed make. Connect seed run. Okay, so that means our connects file is not up to date. So I gotta go check that out. Let me just try running it from here and see if that makes a difference. And let's see if we even have anything in there. We must, otherwise it wouldn't commit to the Git repository. Yeah, my guess is these seeds are probably not very useful. It looks like they're called metatables. I'm going to go look at this off screen real quick because this is a file I've never opened before. Okay, good. So for the most, this is probably out of date, but the data is here. So that's good. A -v for verbose for what? I missed that comment. Oh, good. All of those have been removed. Weird. Just checking out what my connects file needs to look like. Okay. Seeds and directory. There we go. So now if I run this, invalid seed file. Must have a seed function. Shows what you know. All right, well, I'm just going to get rid of that one. That seems to be something that might have been added in the wrong place. No seed files exist. Well, that's weird. They existed just a moment ago. Oh. All right, I think, yeah, I can show this. Give me just a second, I'll bring this over. Okay, so this is what was missing from the connects file. Seeds, directory, yada, yada, yada. That bit. Node environment. Let's see what happens. What? Huh? Node environment shouldn't be staging. Should be development. Interesting. How did that happen? Let me go check on something real quick. And then I'm going to bed soon. Really soon. RSN. All right, my env equals development. Well, that's kind of strange. So definitely, All right, definitely env there is set to development, and definitely the word staging isn't used before then. So what does that tell me? That might tell me that the build server, because we haven't actually been using the build server for the development environments in a while. So the build server may actually have a bad env file. Indeed it does. Indeed it does. Okay, that's cool. All right, so what we're going to do then is we're going to say change node env star to node env development in .env. Boom. Okay, now let's try running this again. Oh, I'm not at all surprised that it broke. Okay. So I think what we're going to have to do is have some sort of way of seeding the database that's going to involve a SQL dump. And I think that's just going to have to get updated at somewhat regular intervals for the foreseeable future. See, look, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. See, we got Kamal Ben here. I'm going to have to block Mr. Big Follows. By the way, there we go. He's blocked now. Oh, yeah. Cool. And now that he's blocked, he's been deleted from there. But that's why I block links, because otherwise that crap pops up from YouTube like cray-cray. I'll get in a stream like this where it's going for a few hours. You'd probably get 6 of them or something. Well, they do eventually get blocked, but it's pretty bad. Okay. I've gotten as far as I can go on this. It's in a really good place. Thing that I need to do tomorrow, which I won't stream, but, well, let's see. Let me see if I can just fix this right now. Send all email templates. This is a thing that I need to get done. And it's mostly done. It's just... let's see. This is the renderer, so I think I just don't do that render function. And then I don't think I need to do this. And then I think I do this. And then I think I do that. And then I think I do like that. That might have completed it. I think that might have been the only thing that I had left to do. Let's see. So send all email templates. I don't know where that's coming from. Let me try sending one email. Okay. And I'll just do reset password as the... Let's make sure that still works. Okay. Reset password link is going through. All right, so that one worked. So I'm not going to do it right now because it's too late. I need to get to bed. But that's one of the things I need to get done early on tomorrow is just make it so that we can send every single template that we have render email template utils render email template. Oops. Okay. So this is, they're going to render the template and the variables, and then we're going to do some assignments. So I think essentially this. Whoops. It'll send all email messages. Okay, mail renderer dot render. Mail renderer dot render. So we're going to give it the template. We're going to give it message dot variables. We're going to get back a result. We're going to assign the result to the original message. I'm not sure if that quite makes sense, but we'll go with it. Result.html. Okay, yeah. And then here, we're going to go with, let's call that MSG for stupid. And then get rid of all these things. I will call this MSG. And let's call this receipt. Or result. Did we call that result here? Yeah, we did. But that's okay. Sent template. So that should work, right? What is this complaining about? Expected. Oh. There we go. And the result has already been declared. That makes sense. Just call it result 2. There we go. All right. And then cool. I'm going to go check and see if that's sent. If it did, then I think that's done. And then boom. Success. I got it done early in the morning. Uber early. All right, just a minute here. I need to go look at, there we go. Okay. I was checking the wrong email. Cool. And I'm going to check that the thing came through. Yeah, it looks great. Okay. The only thing that's wrong here, which I think this is just in another branch right now. Yeah, it is. It's in a different branch. The only thing that's wrong here is that it's missing the logo in the email because the logo URL isn't being served from this branch. Okay, cool. So 2 birds, 1 stone. Great night. All right. Well, thumbs up if you got them. Thumbs down if you don't. You have the best night, day, morning, noon, whatever it is, wherever you are. Click all the things. Subscribe. Share. That's all I got. That's all I got for now. There's probably 10 other things I should say to end the stream, but I ain't got them right now. So, time for a haircut. I'm getting poofy. Thank you. Thank you, Yorun. See you later. Oh, hey, Akshat. I see that you just joined in. I've been working on a couple of different things. And by a couple, I mean a few. I was working on figuring out getting the correct version of MySQL because it turned out that I was running MariaDB 10.3 on one and 10.4 on the other, but the current version is 10.6. And so I was figuring it out and testing it. I found out with that there was also a problem with the version of LibreOffice that I had. So then I updated the version of LibreOffice so it's the same on both development servers. Then, I don't know, somebody else can fill in the gap on that. I don't remember all exactly. I got sidetracked with Delta diffing for a little bit. And then the last thing that I was doing here was I did several sessions on email templates and whatnot. All of that work has been done. It's just there's a few hanging chads that are waiting for completion. And one of them was just to be able to send all of the templates that we have to other people in the company so that they could see what the template looks like in the context of Gmail as opposed to just as an HTML page where it doesn't have the same constraints or in their Outlook or whatever. So there was that, and that was kind of the last thing that I need to do there. So it was just kind of a round robin of stuff. Anyway, I am going to head out, but thanks for joining in. I really appreciate the conversation. And again, I'll just make a quick post here of the Discord link for the Beyond Code Live channel. So if you want to join in, feel free to join in. Would love to have you. Not a lot of traffic on the channel, but if you got any questions for me, or if you'd like to be able to comment with links and stuff, let me know. All right. I'm out. Adios.